We could get Jordan to take complete control.
Yo, this is the Double M podcast. We just out here, coming at y'all with some more heat. I got a few more guests I'm gonna bring on today. We're gonna talk about a subject that a lot of fellas is gonna probably get a little butthurt about. But it's my job to talk about it, man. That's what we do here on Double M's Hidden Gems, man. We talk about what y'all don't want to talk about, and we're gonna kick it off and just get deep into this subject. In case y'all wondering, we talking about some emotional ass niggas out here. Good? Is it a good that he emotional? Is it bad that he emotional? Like emotional ass niggas. How when y'all hear that, like, what do you think about that? But before we get into it, let me bring on my few guests I got here. I got the one and only Nessa in the house. You want to say anything? Any shout outs, Nessa, to anybody?
Nah, just like, what's up? What's up from your girl Ness?
Hey, she ain't here. She got some knowledge for you. Listen up. Then I got my second guest, my elder statesman. We're gonna hit you with a little bit here. She gonna have some knowledge to drop for you. She can tell you about some things too. And that's Asha we got in here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, I've been in the game for a long time, so let's see what's up. Let's talk.
Hey, we about to talk about it. So like you said, we talking about emotional men. Emotional men, emotional men. So Nessa, my question to you, emotional man, what do you mean by emotional ass nigga, emotional man? Explain.
Um, when I think emotional, I think of like in his feelings about everything, anything, heart on his sleeve type stuff. That's what I feel like emotional. Not like crying. We ain't talking about no crybaby niggas. We just talking about niggas that no matter what you say, they go too deep into it. That's emotional.
Okay. So we got that on emotional. I got something for that. Asha, what you think when you hear emotional ass men? What's your
Them
definition?
crybabies.
Oh, she
Them
talking about
ones
the
who feel like
crybabies.
everybody is against them, the world is against them, can't nobody help him, and he just sad he don't know what to do with his life. But half these niggas is emotionally unavailable for real because they don't even know what they emotional about.
I dig it. I understand that. So as we talking about as you see, we got our definition of emotional as man. That's what we rocking on. But as me, I gotta ask questions about it because I'm a man. I gotta stand up a little bit, just a little bit. So as both of y'all saying emotional man, emotionally available, takes things too serious. So what is us emotion? What emotion is a man supposed to have? I mean, is he supposed to be emotion less? I mean, emotional as man. I mean, either you emotional or you not. I mean, do you want a man or are you talking about a man that's, if you got a cold, you blow your nose, he like give you some toilet paper, you like, hell nah, tell you better get him blow your own nose, or hey babe, I got a headache, can you give me a cold rag or something to put on my neck? Hell nah. So what's the fine line with the emotion though in there?
I
What
want
I'm
the
trying
I
to get
want
at.
the I want the empathy, not the sympathy. My thing
Hey,
is be vulnerable, not emotional. Vulnerability is like understanding that I'm hurt, that I may not feel well, not be, oh, get out your feelings because you all right. No, I want empathy, not
I see,
sympathy.
I see, I see. But if he don't know no better? What can he do? If he don't know no better, what can he do? If he hasn't had the chance to experience or been taught empathy, then is it right for a woman to work with a man? Can she teach a man to have empathy? Can she teach that to a man? Is that something
if
teachable?
he's open
uh,
to learn. Most
yeah,
men aren't
most
open.
definitely.
Well, especially in my age range, because old dogs are set in their damn ways. So, no, I
Hey
don't think
man,
you
hey,
can teach
word
them.
word on the streets, old dogs learn new tricks. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Uh,
You
I
know.
mean, you gotta catch them when they a pup.
I see. Fresh out the womb, line. Fresh out of the room.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Groom,
cause
grooming to
I don't
what you
know about
need.
that. I don't know
Grooming to
about
what you
that though,
need.
because like when they puppies, they be thinking they know everything. They don't want to learn either. So it's just kind of depending on how the guy is. If he's open to it, that's really it. If he's open to it. Some
So
Yeah,
people
but
don't
a
want
lot of
to.
people aren't. A lot of men aren't open to being emotional because, as men, as boys growing up, they always thought you can't cry, shut up, don't cry, and toughen up and man up and all that kind of stuff. So when they in that mentality, then they not gonna be open to show emotion, or if they are, it's like too far on the spectrum. It's never anybody that's right in between that knows that, okay, I could show her my emotional side. I could be vulnerable with her. But then you got these niggas that don't know. They just get to crying and whining for nothing.
but then I feel what you said on that in the same way. I mean, I guess I could say I lack in the empathy department, but I think I have a lot of sympathy. But in the same aspect as we saying, as we speaking on that, like far as being vulnerable to emotion and different things of that nature, is it a woman's responsibility to figure out her man or the guy's I guess way he expresses those emotions of empathy and sympathy, or should he come with that, or should that be a discussion that he needs to explain to the woman, like, look, I know I'm not emotional or have this about me, but X, Y, and Z, if I do this, that means I'm feeling like this. So how do you decide if a man's being empathetic or showing other emotions if you don't know, or maybe he is, but you don't recognize? How would you go about deciphering what it is about him?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. So with that, I think it's that's a little 50-50 though, because like, yeah, to a certain extent, you should learn him
Mm-hmm.
how he is in certain situations. Yes, but then there's still he should learn you too.
True,
So
very true.
if you don't like the way he is, like as a woman, we're already emotional creatures. That's
Not me.
that's we're nurturers. That's what we are. That's what we were built to do.
That is
We're built,
facts, ladies and gentlemen.
but
Women are emotional creatures. I like to drop that as a hidden gem. If you didn't know, all you guys out there, all you ladies out there, note it
I'm
down.
not. I'm not.
Women are
No,
emotional. Niggas,
no, no,
ladies
mm-mm,
are emotional. Hidden gem. Pick
no.
it up. Figure out how it is.
yeah.
But
But I'm
I'm
just
not.
saying, like, I feel like, to a certain extent, when I don't know, just when it comes down to the emotions of a man, it's different. I think that it's handled different. I think that it comes off different. I think that, like, just for example, when a guy's sad, he don't really cry. You can see that he's sad. You know what I'm saying? But when women, when
true.
they sad, they cry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to understand. Oh, he looks sad. So that's just something how I do. But for some reason, I don't know. Nowadays, my age range, that guys are so used to women being strong and having to hold their emotions. So then when they see it as like weakness, or they take advantage of
Sick, sick. That makes very, 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 very good sense. And as we talking about emotional, we got Ash on here saying, I ain't emotional, I ain't emotional. So when that comes to women, you got women saying, oh, I ain't emotional, but then they want emotion from a man.
I
How
don't know how. I
and
don't know how to deal with emotion.
when
I
it
don't know how
comes
to deal with other people's emotions. I don't want an emotional man. I
but
couldn't handle
you
it.
gotta have some kind of emotion. I mean, love is an emotion. I mean, you gotta have that, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
I mean,
But
it's an action and it's an emotion. It can be a verb
right.
and a noun. I mean, it can be a lot of
It's,
things.
it's
So
so
you
many
gotta want it.
things. Love is
it.
such a big word.
Jealousy is an emotion.
It is.
Yeah. See, but I don't feel like you remember when I was messing with the one dude, Drew, that nigga was emotional.
Yes.
I didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know. Like I'm sitting there and you chilling, you just start crying. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know where to go with that.
He got a lot on his mind, a lot on his mind. Like we say on hidden gems. Hey, I'm playing devil's advocate, so I hear what they saying most definitely, because I got a few homies myself that I consider to be some emotional ass niggas. These niggas just get mad for you saying shit. Hey, you have a good day, and the nigga flip out and turn crazy on you. Like, damn, my nigga, I just said you having a good day. He don't get mad at me after damn fool because he having a bad day. Like, my nigga, talk to me. Ain't no need to get emotional and butthurt about it. You know what I'm saying? So basically what it, like I said, emotional ass nigga. That's an emotional ass niggas. But like I said, we trying to get to the roots of these emotion in these niggas. And also we gotta try to get to the emotional part of the women as well. So when it comes to emotion, can you have too much emotion as a couple together? Can it like if your emotional levels the same, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like one's like y'all both firecrackers, is that a good thing? Like, or one got to be less than the other, or how do you balance out the level of emotions in a relationship? Because, like I said, in some relationships, one thing can be misconstrued as being something else, and that could strictly be based on that particular person's emotion at that time. So as I asked
It,
again, like how do you go back? How do you decipher and make the adjustments accordingly to what you want, or you just give up on that relationship and find something more suitable?
well, I give up, but I'm trying to learn not to just give up, like just be like I'm done. But I feel like you got to have a balance. It's always got to be a balance. And then if he's down, then somebody got to be up. Everybody can't be down at the same time. So it's always got to be a balance. But you have to kind of understand that he's having a like if he's having a bad day and he say express I'm having a bad day, then I'm not going be all in his face because I understand he's having a bad day. Or if somebody died in the family and I understand you're going through something, let me back up, give you a little space or whatever. I'm here if you need me. And it should be vice versa. But everybody can't be up at the same time and everybody can't be down at the same time. Because now we looking crazy because we both out here looking sad and our emotions is connected and that doesn't work.
And see,
Okay,
well, I'm a piggy bank off of that. Like, I feel like yes, I need to balance out, but then some people's emotions bring down the next person. So then you're in a situation where now either both of y'all mad, both of y'all sad, both of y'all frustrated, just because it rubbed off of the person. So like me, I try to balance out my emotions until I'm just to the max. I'm just like I'm either gonna be super mad or I'm gonna be super sad. So
true.
I think at some point emotions gotta be monitored. They gotta be able to be expressed correctly within yourself, not just your partner saying, "Oh, he's sad today." Like, okay, everybody has a bad day.
Yeah, some people
So it's
do bring
all
you
about
into their
how,
emotions.
So
yeah. So it's
emotion.
just all about
So
how,
it's fair to say that emotions, I guess, are contagious, as you would say. If a motherfucker just
they
too
can
goddamn
be.
emotion, he come. Basically, what I'm getting from what kind of what we saying is, if you come at me with some negative energy, negative emotions, more than likely my response and my response to you is probably gonna come back negative with negative emotions. Is that fair to say?
That's true.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. And a lot of men do. I mean, a lot of people, not even just men, they having a bad day. Like they say, misery loves company. So if you having a bad day, you just snap out on everybody. So now everybody mad. But then it's always got to be somebody who's trying to be like, okay, I understand. Let me just back up. Let me just go over here and sit down for a second, because I'm about to snap. And then he over here angry. I'm over here angry. Now the whole damn house, man, ain't nobody ate dinner.
Yeah, that's a bad situation. You don't want that to happen. That's a terrible situation right there. That's a terrible situation. I guess we gotta check our emotions at the door. So I guess I don't know if you consider this. I guess this will be a trait of emotion. So what if you're dealing with somebody and they're emotional? Don't get me wrong, they're emotional, but the way they respond with their emotional, they just become silent or disconnected. Is that fair? Like if a person's say whatever, it's a bad day, or arguing or something, whatever's going on, and his whole thing is, or her thing is, just to get silent and I guess almost ignore the situation. It may not be a big thing when they just get silent till it blows over. Is that a fair way? Is that a fair emotion to have in a relationship? Is that a good way to deal with it? If you're not good at expressing emotion, it's just by shutting down and just kind of letting shit blow over.
So I think it depends on if the emotion is towards the other person. Like if I'm just in my own zone and it's me, it's about me, then I feel I should be able to have a me moment. But if it's a situation between me and you, and instead of me discussing it with you, I'm just shutting it down and just throwing it away when I really want to say something, then yeah, that's where the issue comes. That's the issue.
But then that also comes in with communication and the communication that you guys have as a couple, that you kind of understand each other and you could tell that I know that they're not mad at me. They just need a me moment compared to I'm just mad and I'm just not going to talk to you at all. So it comes back to communication. Have y'all communicated this, or does he know you well enough, or do you know him well enough to know that he just needs a moment, or I just need a moment?
But what about, okay, so I mean, yeah, you need a moment, you got that, but then you got some people, I guess I would fall in this category. If you having a bad day, I'm all in your shit. I want to know what's going on so I can at least figure it out. Like, if it's something I can do or can't do about it, I'm gonna do something about it if I can't do nothing about it. So if you are giving a silent, or you do have an attitude, or whatever the case is, I don't think, for me, is I just don't want to talk about it right now. For me, it's not an acceptable answer, because I just feel it in my world and how things go. It's best to get it, whether it's good or bad. Once you get it off your chest and get it out in the open, then like immediately once you kind of just let it go and speak on it, you start to feel better. You start to, I guess, look at different revenues and different ways to kind of deal with that particular emotion and what's going on in the whole
But
situation.
but sometimes as a I know me personally, I don't know if it's just a Gemini trait or what, but I know sometimes I'll be in my feelings, I'll be angry, and I don't even know what I'm angry about. So it's nothing for me to be able to say I'm angry because of this, or I had a bad day because of this. Because sometimes I don't know why I feel the way that I do.
But you can't do that, because then how we gonna say I have a problem with emotional ass men? Because that make you
Well,
emotional ass female.
hey, cause hey, I'm single, so
Like,
I don't know
hey, I'm acting
about
a
this whole
fool right
relationship
now. I'm
stuff.
acting a
Obviously, I
motherfucking
haven't
fool
gotten it
right
right yet.
now. And your man be like, hey, why you acting a fool right now? Shit, nigga, I don't know why I'm acting a fool. He'll be like, damn, she emotional as hell, babe. I was just trying to rub your feet. Nah, nigga, don't rub my toes. Is that,
I mean,
I
I know a
mean,
lot of times I need my own space.
the space
Not to
is
say that
good.
I'm an emotional person, but I be needing my own space.
That space is good for everybody. That's a
Yeah.
true statement.
So when I'm in my space, I don't want nobody like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Come on now, tell me what happened today. Tell me about it. Let's talk about it. Let's open up. I don't want to talk about it because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I don't know what the hell is going on.
He
I
may
guess
have.
I'm the complete opposite. I feel like if I'm down, ask me what's wrong. That shows me that you care. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it kind of feels like, you're not alone in your down moment. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of prefer somebody to say, hey, you all right? How was your day or something? You feeling okay? I see
Yeah,
you
it's
ain't
cool
you ain't
to
looking at
ask.
turkey today. So I feel like, I want you to be, consoling. I want you to show some emotion
So you
towards
won't,
me.
To ask, but sometimes you just don't want to talk about it. It doesn't matter how many times they ask, you just don't want to talk about it.
or you don't have the answer, huh?
Or you don't have the answer.
Which can be possible at times. Very 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 well be possible at sometimes. Just not having that particular answer that's going on. So as we talking and we getting a little bit deeper in on hidden gems on this whole emotional trip we going on, with these emotional ass niggas. As we can see, females can be emotional too. and whatnot, and we kind of explaining different things. So I mean, if y'all listening to the podcast, y'all listen to this double M, and y'all having some of these issues, man, just try to listen to what we saying on here and pick out what you can so you can better your situation, better your emotional state of mind. So I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into it, a little bit deeper into the emotions. So we talking about emotions here as far as men and women, emotional ass niggas being traumatized, growing up in the hood. They tough, they hard as nails, they hearts cold as ice. They hard. They've been hurt so many times in their life. They just the emotional gone, emotional gone. So when does there ever come a time where the lack of emotion, sympathy, empathy, does it become a time where that becomes I guess a mental illness or a detriment to you just in general. So can you say, can a person have just a mental illness to where he just doesn't have or she just doesn't have the coping mechanisms or the right functionings to actually express the emotion that the opposite person would like to see, or the emotion that society would expect you to see in a situation? You know what I mean? So far as just I guess just far as just breakups, a lot of people say when you break up, oh, and this guy here, he was on to the next guy. Does that mean he lacked emotion or empathy for you if he's on to the next guy or girl, and vice versa?
Well, I think with that, as far as that's concerned, when you're hard, you're cold now, and all this other, I think that even with our culture as African Americans, we have issues as far as going to therapy. I
Yeah.
think that sometimes it's needed because when you're traumatized from something, yeah, that can take the emotion out of you.
Hey,
You know what I'm
I
Yeah.
saying? So,
I agree
and
a
then
hundred
so now
percent.
you're not as emotionally available to your partner or even to your family because you lack that emotion. So sometimes you do. You need to go to an outside third party that's neutral. You know what I'm saying? Not your friends, not your cousins, not your mama. Just a neutral person who's went to school to understand why you feel in a certain way, why your body is uh going through the things that it's going through, type things, and really talk to somebody. But we feel like that's a ego thing especially when it comes to me. That's an ego thing. I'm not going to no therapist. I ain't about to talk to no psychiatrist. I ain't crazy. You ain't gotta be crazy.
But why is that a thing against it? Like, don't get me wrong, I know exactly what you're saying. Speak from a male's point of view, and and just speaking, going to a therapist, like, why the fuck I'm gonna tell somebody some shit when I can tell my homie the same shit? But you'll hear what you want to hear from your homie, is what
Right.
she's trying to say. You're gonna hear what you want to hear from your mama, what she's trying to say. So once again, hidden gem. Hey man, my people out here of color. And not just particularly the people of the color, everybody, man. You're going through something you can't figure out. Get some therapy. That's the gym, man. Go get yourself some help. Just talk to somebody. One session, two session. You don't like it, leave it alone. But hey, take that gym and run with it. But yeah, we back at it. So
Yeah, I
with
mean, I didn't mess with some dudes that was like super hardcore, straight from the streets, gang bangers, ready to blow up the world. But they the most emotional people ever behind closed doors because they can't show that emotion in the streets. So when they come home, they're the most emotional people ever. And they want to cling and they want to hold on and they just want to feel comfortable because they don't have that comfort. They don't feel that comfort when they're out in the streets. So them are the worst ones to deal with.
So does that feed into kind of what we talked about earlier, kind of about when we was kind of going in on the niggas, you know what I'm saying, emotional ass niggas. So is it because they're being so hard in the world? They got to be hard, got to be hard, got to be hard. They can't express their anger because their anger might come off as weakness or not. So when they do get that alone time with their lady, significant other, by themselves, friends or family, when they do, I guess, get that time to do that, does is that a reason why they come off of that, or a reason why, oh, this motherfucker's emotional as hell? Is it just because of the daily consequences of the world?
I believe so. I believe that because that's just how men have to be. But they also have to understand that when you're dealing in a relationship, you have to be not emotional, but at least vulnerable enough to say, this is how I'm feeling. And this is what's
Yeah.
going on. And I want to talk about it or something to that effect. And a lot of men just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, because
Very true.
you just gotta sometimes you gotta understand is that I'm not against you. As a
Yes.
woman, I'm not against you.
Right.
So
You're working with them as a
opening
team.
up is actually, will make things better.
The
Because
coldest
then I
person
can
on your
actually
team is gonna be your woman.
Facts. Hey, she just dropped another gem. I ain't rubbing my shoulder on it, but hey, you hear what she said? The coldest motherfucker on your team is your woman. Hey, listen up, fellas, listen up, ladies. Hey, the coldest motherfucker on your team is your man. I'm holding it down for the man. He the coldest nigga. But we trying to make that happen. We trying to talk about their emotions. We trying to talk about some things to help people get some shit out and open. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel a little bit better. So, uh, kind of still along the same topic as emotional as men. I wouldn't say this far boils down to just in general on emotions and how everything's going and everything. And we kind of talked about the relationship aspect of it, and we talked about just why men and women kind of feel a certain way they feel. Now I'm gonna take a little left turn on this today, and I just want y'all to speak on it the best of y'all knowledge. And I'll give y'all a little rundown if y'all need it. But here we go. So as we all know, we're the United States. Ukraine's out here, you know what I mean? You got your guy Vladimir Putin. He decided he's going to attack the Ukraine. He's invaded Ukraine. Then we got the U.S. We got Biden over here, kind of sitting down, putting sanctions. So this whole situation here, could this be? Is this a emotional situation amongst nations? Can a nation, as a group as a whole, can a group of people, or a certain section of people, can y'all all be emotional together, or just emotional is a single trait?
No, we just seen that when
power can
they
be an
invaded the
emotional.
damn capital.
Right, but power is a sense of emotions though. Like somebody wants to show power to the next. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what war is. Who got more power? So I think that's a type of
It's a
emotion.
pissing contest.
Yeah, it most definitely is. It most
It
definitely
is.
is.
It is.
I
And
see.
That falls
he
right
go
on
step in the
into it.
wrong shit. Cause America ain't playing no games. So he better not come over here messing with America.
All right. I like that. I like
They
that. I
tried
like
that
that.
with the World Trade Center. We went over there and we took out they whole damn
I
Iraq,
like that.
Iran, and every damn thing else that started with an I.
Gotcha. Hey, I got another one. I got another one for you. We gonna hit y'all with another one. It's another good one. Is it emotional, or is it legit? Is it cool? Is it petty? My guy Kanye West, man. So of course they divorced. You know, he went and bought a house right next door or across the street from his wife. Is that an emotional thing? Is that he's emotional connected to his kids?
Yes,
Because hey, I
yes,
got
he's
money. I got
Petty.
money.
He
I want to be
petty.
next door to
He
my kids.
petty.
But he got
he's
money.
petty.
Or is he being emotional petty? Like, I'll be right next door picking up my window saying, what nigga you bring over?
Yeah,
He's
he
he's
up and he one of them. He one of the ones that point your finger and get real close to your nose and say, "I ain't touching you." That's
uh-huh.
petty. That's
Yeah,
petty.
he's petty.
You
He
not
just
have to
want to
do
be
that.
close to his
That is
kids.
okay. You can get your kids and be real close and live
Man,
around the corner. You ain't gotta stay next door or across the street or even on the same block.
Hey,
Really?
my guy saving gas money.
nah, he's
And
petty.
ain't no reason why I can't see my kids. Just tell them walk across the street. I'll watch them while they walk across the street.
He's petty and he's emotional. And it's something wrong with him. He's emotionally tearing this woman down in front of the public. He
Yep.
has a problem. Because if she says I'm done, then he should be able to move on. But he won't move on. He keeps trying to get her back if she doesn't want to come back.
And so now you're gonna live across the street, then I gotta look at you every single day. That's
That's
why
why
I
you don't
divorced
see
you
me
because
no
I
more.
don't want
You
to look at
worthless.
you every day.
So you don't mess with
Yeah.
nobody you work with, because then you got to turn around and go back to the job. Now you got to look at this nigga every day. So you
Well,
don't
I'm
get your
pretty
meat,
sure
your
he
bread
did
is the
that.
same location.
Right.
It's,
He did that off of emotion. He didn't do that off of convenience. He did that off of emotion.
so
He
he
did that off.
acted.
I'm gonna piss her off.
So will he fall underneath the category of an emotional ass nigga?
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
He all on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else. He throwing her name in
Emotional.
songs and all kind of
Okay,
shit. And he
okay.
been moved
Emotional.
on.
So I got another one. I got another one. I know if y'all know about it. The baby then beat up the girlfriends or the baby mama's brother to beat his ass in the bowling alley. Is he being emotional? Is he being petty? Is he the thug? Why would you do that?
Because he got to be hard in these streets.
So he got
I
to
don't
be
know the
He's
hard.
story.
hard. He can't.
You're gonna have to ring me in a little bit on that. I don't know about that.
The baby, his baby mama brother was at the bowling alley, or they somehow they have the same bowling alley. But the baby and his homies jumped him, beat him up.
But they shouldn't have, because he shouldn't have did that girl like that. He told Danny Lee ass. And then came all up on Instagram and shit live, like get this bitch up out my house and all that stuff. So the brother was supposed to defend his sister. He was supposed to say something to that nigga. He was supposed to.
So that's good emotion. That's good emotions we got on that one. But he shouldn't have got beat up. So that's is that a case of emotions
he,
gone wrong then? If
he
we got
shouldn't
a
have got
guy being
jumped,
emotional,
because
getting beat up,
jumping
and
is
we
some bitch
got,
shit.
you know,
Jumping is bitch nigga shit.
hey, it's gang
They got
gang.
bitch assness
It's
written
gang
all over them.
gang. It's gang gang.
Nah, that's bitch assness.
Ain't ain't no fair fights in the street.
Man, unless you get, he could have went and took that ass whooping or gave that ass whooping. He didn't need 4, 5 other niggas to jump in and kick that nigga while he was down. That's bitch ass.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Well, hey, there you have it on here on Double Gems, man. We didn't talk about emotions. We didn't talk about emotional ass niggas. We kind of talked a little about current events, little different things going on, and we kind of wrapped up a lot of stuff on emotion out here and how to handle it, how to deal with it, some solutions, some ways you can talk to your partner, some ways you can talk to your friends, your family. And like I said, man, it's the Double M's Hidden Gems podcast. I'm dropping gems. So I trust and believe it was a lot of shit said in our 40 minutes we've been on here wrapping it up, man. It's a lot. So hey man, go back, listen to it once, twice, maybe 3 times. Go ahead and send it out to somebody you know that may need this. Before we get out of here, Nesh, you want to give a shout out? You want to say anything before we get off live right here?
All I can say to wrap this up about emotional, man, is just to know the difference between being emotional and vulnerable. Those are two completely different things. Us as women, we want vulnerability. We don't need all the emotionally stuff. You can leave that at the door.
All right. And
Yeah.
Asha, you got anything you want to say before we peace out of here? Anything you want to close
Yeah,
with?
we need another one that we talk about the piss that's in this dating pool. Let's talk about these
Hey, we can
raggedy ass niggas in the dating pool.
we can
Can we
always
get on
go
that?
back to part two. Y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Y'all hear it on Double Limbs. Hey, we got part two, the dating world. Hey, is it
Yeah,
just a
because we
car
gotta talk.
ride?
We
But
gonna get me as the single person, Maisha as the married person, and Nessa the person in a long term relationship, and y'all as you as the newlywed, and we gonna talk about these raggedy ass people out here.
hey, we gonna debunk some more. I see it's a lot going with this dating pool. Hey, dating pool 2020. Hey, we talking all about it. But like I
Yeah.
said, check it out, man. It's the Double M podcast, and we out. We'll catch y'all.